Alright, we can continue exploring the damn records room. Well, or just the record, I guess. The victim data. So he was killed in the lift, the dude's father, right? Edgeworth's father was killed in a lift. There was one other person in there. So, yeah, and there was during an earthquake, which is why he's so scared of earthquakes. I get it. Victim data. Do you have data on the victim, Edgeworth's father? Yeah, hold on. Victim, here, found it. Gregory Edgeworth, 35, defense attorney. If he was still alive, he'd be 50. He had lost that day's case in court and got in the elevator with his son, Miles. Miles Edgeworth, of course. So he was in the elevator with his father. Yeah, he said, we know this. From the angle of the bullet and other evidence, it could not have been a suicide. The murder weapon, a pistol, was found in the elevator. The pistol had been fired 2 times. I guess one shot missed and hit the window. Where have I heard that before? Huh. It sounds just like this current case. What's going on here? Suspect data. Got any data on the suspect in there? That would be the guy that my mom got arrested. Hold on, this is it. The man arrested as a suspect in DL6 was Yanni Yogi. He was a clerk in the court apparently. Yep, the guy is going mad. So he must have been the 3rd person in the elevator. Well, then he had to have done it. But he was found innocent thanks to his defense lawyer, Robert Hammond. Hammond, the victim in our case. Right. The suspect, Mr. Yogi, was oxygen deprived, so much so he had brain damage. He lost all memory of being in the elevator. After he was declared innocent, he disappeared. Where could Yogi have gone to, I wonder? Maybe he started a boat rental shop in freaking Gourd Lake. Did he have any children? He had 2 apparently, so this old man thinks so. He may be closer than we think. I guess I know generally what happened in DL6 now. I still don't know what sort of impact the whole thing had on Edgeworth. Nick, are we going to take the whole file? There's too much. We'll never get it out. You're right. How about we just take what we think we'll need? DL6 case file added to the court record. File on the DL6 incident. Alright. Now what? Right. That's probably all we'll be able to find here. Now all that's left is the trial tomorrow. I wonder how Dad will do testifying in court. Are we just jumping straight to it? Okay, I think we're jumping straight to freaking court. To be continued. Save me up. Write it. Backspace. Yep, we are going to court. December 27th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. He just says nothing. Nothing? Very well, apparently the prosecution is also ready. Who is the judge here anyway? Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Just says nothing. Very well, so no opening statement, so... Oh. Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Right, of course. A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. Incredible. Order, order. Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Bah, must you question everything? He is the judge. It will be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now. Right. I call my witness, my decisive witness, to the stand. It's that mysterious boat shop owner. He's sleeping. Witness, state your profession. Gonna blow up? Merciless. I am the proprietor of the restaurant, the Wet Noodle at Gourd Lake. Oh, it says nothing. And I also rent boats. The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct? Yep, I was. Please testify. Wait a second. We still haven't heard who this old guy is. Raise an objection, of course. Objection! Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet. It doesn't matter, I'm sure he'll say. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Bah. I have predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. Yeah, right. Name. There you go. The witness will state his name. The Murph. Well, I'm not really sure. What do you mean? My memory, Your Honor. The witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. He can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. No way you can let this slide. He's obviously unstable. He can testify. Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we? Witness. How? How? He's mentally not stable. The night of the murder. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. Was it 24th? Sure. 25th actually, but whatever. I was in the restaurant where I rent boats as usual. Then I heard a bang. Yep. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination. No cross-examination apparently. There is nothing to question in my witness's testimony. Ergo, no need for cross-examination. Excuse me. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict now. Yes. Mr. Wright, I will cross-examine. What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. Very well, you may begin. Oh, he's going freaking mad. Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma? 3 minutes just passed. I see. Well then, let's just take our time. You may cross-examine the witness. Get screwed, Von Karma. Night of the murder. Just after midnight. What else did you see? Was there someone in the boat? It was pretty far out there, I couldn't see clearly. Well, there you go. But I figure there was 2 men out there, yep. But you couldn't see them clearly. Yep, at the time, that is. At the time? Then I heard another bang. So you heard 2 gunshots total. Yep, that's what Lotta said in her testimony yesterday. Yeah. Man walks by my window. Hold it there. By your window? Yep, by my window. Right outside the window of my little shack. And could you see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty damn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is a rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony. This, apparently. I have a bad feeling about this. That man was the defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead. That's not good for me. Are you sure? He doesn't know. Uh-oh. The dad. What? Dead certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead as he was walking by too. He called me Keith. He doesn't know who. Witness, are you sure that the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him, that Edgeworth boy, and he's collapsed. Incredible. This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. On karma. Lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall. This. Nick, I don't like the way things are going here, and neither do I. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. I'd better act quick or this trial is going to be over. Objection. Objection! I wasn't done. Your Honor. We proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun. Objection. Mr. Wright. Are you referring to the fingerprint from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun? And the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand, he's going to say second shot, right? Exactly. No. That is easily explainable. Could have wiped his prints after he fired. You are ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true. Judge is lost in thought. What should I do? Continue objecting. Your Honor. This witness claims that Edgeworth said, I can't believe he's dead. But his word is all we have. If he were telling a lie, Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently, you have yet to realize even this basic fact. What the hell, man? The damn witness is non-reliable. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof. Nick, do we have evidence? It's no good. There's nothing I can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Great. Please. Can you hear me, sis? Please. We need your help. Nick needs you. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Enough. The witness may leave the stand. The witness is asleep. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. Nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. What do you mean? Alright, no room for misinterpretation, by the way, even though there's so much room for misinterpretation, whatever. What? No. Hmm. This court finds the defendant Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Objection? What? Guilty? The accused will surrender to the court immediately. To be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. There you go. That is all. This court is adjourned. But he's not guilty. There's another trial. Wait. Who was that just now? Me. Who's me? Huh? Wah. It's freaking Larry? Incredible. Larry has just come on the stand. What are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday. But today I remembered it. Remembered what? The gunshot. I heard it too. Okay, incredible. Oh, order. What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been declared. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So you say you heard a gunshot? Yeah, I did. A gunshot that night. I was sitting here in the audience listening to the testimony. Then I realized something he said was different from what I remembered. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call AG a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify. Order. Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over. Nick! This is it. Larry's given us one final chance at this. He's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could make things even worse, probably, but we'll see. Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse. You're right, okay. Your Honor, if there is another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now. A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned. Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? Oh, it just makes sense. I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now! What? Roles have been turned, or well, have been said right. The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned. Larry Butts, man. He just collapsed. I don't even ask him any questions. December 27, 10:28 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Phew. That was too close. It's always too close in my case. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth, you're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Larry was at the lake that night, he told us. Yes. He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Alright. And he found the balloon and the air tank that night? Yeah. Hey Edgeworth. Huh? You say something, right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you about the DL6 incident. What's that? Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? Yeah, he hasn't spoken to us at all. Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really. I see. Right. Yeah? This might be our chance. Our chance? You want to blame it on Larry? Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success, but Larry Butts is unpredictable. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right? That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15. Everything's on Larry now. Yeah, Larry, we should begin. December 27, 10:35 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. And by the way, now it's 35 minutes have passed. Court is now back in session. Witness. Please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th. Right, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you are our last chance. Karma is like, he doesn't know what's going on. One Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. It's not even his witness though. It's the, I don't know. How do witnesses work in this game? I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being a big break. The night of the murder. That night I was out in a boat on the lake. I was looking for something and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Then just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. True, and we have the first photo to prove it. That was an unusually vague testimony even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick. Cross-examination out of the murder. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. I heard a bang. Hold it there. Where did the sound come from? Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know. Did you look at the lake? Yeah, I looked. I didn't see a boat. Wasn't there a boat on the lake? Order, order. Well, Mr. Butts. Whoa, whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not. Okay, no problem. That's just the most important part of this case. Huh. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. Okay. So you only heard one bang, correct? Yeah. Huh. Well, Nick. It was a pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should just start working on the contradictions. Sorry. I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister. Out on the boat on a lake. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? There were so many things wrong, I don't know where to begin. Ah. Well, okay. First of all, what time was it? Oh, it was after 11 when I went out in the boat. By that time, everyone had gone home for the night. So I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak. And why were you out on a boat at such a late hour? Looking for something and I found it. Press him there. Looking for something? Yeah. Mr. Butts, what was it you were looking for?
Objection.
You're objecting to the judge? What the witness was surching for is irrelevant. Most likely he was hunting for this Gordy. That's surprisingly close to the truth in a sense. This is all irrelevant, let's get it over with. Alright. Did you see anyone at the rental shop? Around what time was that? Well, let's see. I figure I was out searching for about an hour. I guess it was around 12, yeah. You're not sure? Hey, don't give me that face. I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay? People use watches these days, Larry. Also, it was nighttime, so sundials would not work. I heard this bang. I didn't see a boat. Should I show evidence here? I'm gonna save, because I don't know. This evidence proves that there was no boat. Right? Empty lake. Oh, screw this shit. No, it doesn't. Does it? Huh? It does. I don't see anything contradictory. Huh? Really? Yeah. Two sounds just after midnight. Oh. Case summary. Date 12/28/2001. Location elevator, district courthouse. Air in elevator was oxygen depleted at time of incident. No clues found on the scene. Gregory Edgeworth, age 35, defense attorney, trapped in elevator returning from a lost trial with son, Miles Edgeworth, age 9. One bullet found in heart. The murder weapon was fired twice. Suspect data, Yanni Yogi, age 37. Court bailiff, trapped in elevator with Edgeworth. Memory lost due to oxygen deprivation. After his arrest, fiancée Polly Jenkins committed suicide. Polly, huh? Polly Jenkins. Interesting. Photograph of the scene of the murder. That's not really relevant right now. Listing, contradiction. Okay, buddy. I don't understand how to proceed here. Didn't see a boat. Wasn't there a boat? Foggy, I'm not sure there was a boat or not. He says single gunshot. This is right. 2 gunshots. Well, wait a sec, Larry. But what? You only heard 1 bang, you're sure? That's what I said. But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. Really? So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? Come on. Huh? Mr. Butts. What? You only heard 1 gunshot, are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Eh? Not sure? How could you not be sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was listening to something else. Oh? Something else? My radio, dude, with my headphones. What? Order, and stop that booing. Who's booing? Mr. Butt. You were listening to the radio with your headphones. Yeah, so what? That a crime? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Mr. Von Karma, your opinion? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue his testimony? Yes. Your Honor. Please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Bah! Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. Yeah, well. What Larry heard. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an oil request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud like. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. What was the DJ saying? You were listening to your radio at a high volume? Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. No one cares about your radio, buddy. Judge. Can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony. Objection! Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me, DJ? He doesn't know what DJ means. An announcer, the guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is when he heard the sound, no music was playing. That is true. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. True. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. I can't believe I'm continuing this charade. Yeah, well. We're trying to buy time. Get a seam into the real evidence. Lonely being alone. Real booming loud. Real booming loud? Yeah, you know. And you had headphones on. Yep. I wouldn't think you could hear anything going on outside at all. Sure, I heard that gunshot. Exactly what the DJ was saying. What did she say? Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do us? We could figure out the time. Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care. We should care. The time. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should. Why? Well, how do you know if we don't ask? Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. An option to select we can figure out the time with that. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Just when she said, hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard the gunshot. Okay. That is insanely critical. Are you sure? Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice. Incredible. Maybe Von Karma was right. I'm not sure how that helped us at all. It did. It was before midnight. This is the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. But there is one gleaming ray of hope in there. I've got to press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. It's almost Christmas. This gunshot was not what he heard. I need to save again, bro. This game might screw me. In my head everything is good and it does make sense, but they might be like, sorry, you gotta present it later and present something else. Present this at 12:15. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Something the matter, Mr. Wright. The hell, I'll drink some damn water, bro. Your Honor. Did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, he's freaking crying, bro. The DJ said, hey, it's almost Christmas when he heard the gunshot. Indeed, and almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes. But he should have heard that gunshot after midnight. This photograph is irrefutable proof of that fact. Let's see what the time was on the photo taken when the gun triggered Miss Hart's camera. 12:25, 00:15, 15 minutes after midnight on Christmas Day. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. It is. Order, order. What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him, suspicious. What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about the Mr. Buss's claim that he heard the gunshot before midnight? First of all, the gun was fired 3 times. We know this. Only those people heard 2 shots. He heard the first one. Also, we have a damn photo of that time. That is right. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim? Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. Alright, you asked for it. Where the hell did it go? Shows an empty lake. Boom. Look at this photograph. This was taken by a witness yesterday, Miss Lauderhart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m. Oh? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture, exactly. Your Honor. The real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? The photo is only taken when there was a bang? Your Honor. This photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Aha! Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitively still Christmas Eve. Indeed, it would seem that is the case. Then where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken? Not at all, Your Honor. It is a fact that the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were two sets of gunshots with a 25-minute pause between them. Why would this be?
Objection.
Don't be fooled, Judge. That camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yes. There is no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera. Nope, it's not possible. Hey, my nose was clear that night, man. Clear. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 p.m. was indeed a gunshot? There were 3 shots. Please show the court evidence if you have any. The damn murder weapon, fired 3 times. Oh no. This is my evidence. No, it's right. The murder weapon. Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When then was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Order. That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. I guess we'll find out soon. Alright, I'm back finally. This leaves me wondering what exactly did happen that night on the lake. 3 bullets were fired, 1 before 12, 2 after 12 in close succession. Something like that. We know all this now. Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why? I don't know. Uh-oh, I'd better think of something quick. Wait a second. There. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes. Ah! What's wrong, Nick? I have it. I don't have it. Huh? Remember the case with the steel samurai? Huh? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. Move it or okay, I see. Just have a fake murder take place. Maya. Yes. If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch and I'm going to run with it. Okay, I see. The murder was committed at 10 minutes before midnight. Then he tried to recreate it again. Right, I mean, is this safe? Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. Yeah. You just watch and let me know if I see anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick. Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright. The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. Everyone's like, what the hell? It's not for me. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? This. So you finally realized the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong, bitch. Sorry. Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Was there an earthquake that night? No. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. Bang. Flash. There was a gunshot fired on that boat and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat. I admit it is hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes. But this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? He was already dead. We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 0015. But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? No, the death, freaking analysis, what is it called? The freaking autopsy report says sometime late during 24th or 25th, right? Explain who the two men on the boat are. The murderer and Hammond. Edgeworth and the murderer. Edgeworth and Hammond. Edgeworth and the murderer? So then whose spot fell in the water? Could be the murderer and Hammond. No, but then Hammond, if Hammond was already dead, right? You were shot once. It could not have been Hammond. It has to be Edgeworth and the murderer, but I'm gonna save because I'm not sure. It has to be Edgeworth and the murderer. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. Edgeworth hadn't seen him in so long. Well, what? Are you serious? Yes. Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous! Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right, it's... Miles Edgeworth? I don't know. We don't know, I guess. It's not Miles Edgeworth, it's not Lotta Hart. I don't think so. I don't know. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Bah! Again you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. Oh, it is the old man. Huh? The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. And how was his hand? He fooled him so well. The caretaker of the boat shop. Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then, on the shore. Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not on a boat? What? Well then, where did the murder take place? Show the judge where the murder really took place. He was there. He was at the boat dock. It had to have been at the food stand. If I get this wrong, I'm kinda screwed though. On this shore over here, we haven't been there. It's not here, it's not here. It must be here. At the stand. Around here maybe? Maybe, Mr. Wright? And does this maybe include the reason why the killer would choose that spot? Yes, well... Maybe because there is no good reason, the murderer thought we'd never expect it. No. Maybe you should try again. He wasn't even surprised I goofed up. There's no way it was at the shack. Was it at her place? Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. Wasn't Larry Butts there? That way he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing. Objection. Larry Butts was there. Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. He was searching around. That night he was out on the lake in a boat searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor. Even though he was wearing headphones at the time, the murderer was dumb. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned the boat? The boat shop. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. Right? Then he killed him. Bang. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's bloody coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. So he was lying this whole time about being mad. Then who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright? The boat shop caretaker. The water. Ah, so nothing fell inside, he just shot it. Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? Why would you shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice. Create a witness? Because the first shot missed? No, he was not shooting at anything. To create a witness. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. Create a witness? The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. Ah, that ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then, jumps into the water. The murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. Edgeworth then picks it up. I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he'd shot twice, to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop, even though he's an old-ass man. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. Everyone's thinking. Oh, what now? Bailiff! Bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly. Has he run away again? Very well, while we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. You can just do that? I mean, he's the judge. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said? Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important. I'm sorry, I can't say what it was. Your Honor, sir. Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. What? What should I do? So find him quickly. We cannot allow him to get away. Yep, he's the damn murderer. He ran. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I know who he is. I want him and I want to know who he is. His name is Yani Yogi. Great name, by the way. Very well, court is adjourned. I know his name. It's freaking Yani Yogi, bro. By lobby number 2, we were in courtroom number 3. December 27, 1:22 p.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 2. Yay, Nick, you did it. Alright, well, I'm gonna end it here. That was good. I did enjoy that. I mean, from the start, I knew about the 4 shots or the 3 shots. Whatever, we got there though. Phoenix Wright got there eventually. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one.